2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness Windsor Gardens or download the Revo Fitness app. RevoFitness.com.au or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.
The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
We were talking about things in our little office this morning and, God, Sam,
He
our
was
digital
furious.
content manager came in. He wasn't happy. Sam, why?
Yeah, look,
Get it off your
just
chest.
Something got up my goat this morning.
Yeah?
And I just feel like there'll be a lot of people out there who can relate. Just little things that your partner does just to set you off. Nothing too bad that it really.
Now, he's not doing this on purpose. He's not like
No.
he's trying to annoy you. This is just something that
who
he does
is
on the
as a
reg.
person.
Yeah.
But our PowerPoints are always switched off at the wall, and it doesn't sound like much, but it's things that are always plugged in. So the kettle in the kitchen, something that's never moved in its life, the PowerPoint will always be turned off.
Now, we should point out that your partner is an environmental scientist.
Yes.
So he is thinking about the environment when he's doing this. He's
Always,
reducing
always.
power usage because even things that are on standby are using a tiny bit of electricity.
No, and so I'm looking at ways to get my revenge. I'm extra, single-use plastic here and there. But no, and it's like the one that always gets me is the phone charger.
Yes.
So the phone charger
This
is
is
always plugged in
unforgivable.
the wall. That's always there. That plug is designated just for the phone charger. It will be switched off at the wall. So if you're not paying attention, you go plug your phone and you chuck
which
it
you
walk
always
away.
do.
Yeah.
Come back, phone's on 3% still.
Yeah.
After an hour of charging.
Furious.
Oh.
Things like if you have a lamp plugged in,
Yeah.
and then but you've turned it off at the switch the lamp switch, it's off. Would he switch it off at the wall as well?
Yeah.
You mentioned the kettle one, and the phone charge is unbelievable because everyone wants to put their thing. But the
Unforgivable.
kettle's the same thing. You press the button down and it heats up. But the toaster is another one at the highest level.
What
So-
about the
so if-
microwave? Because that one gets me because the
No,
switch
but-
is often
But
behind.
Natalie, I think it's only because
It's inaccessible.
It's inaccessible, but I feel like he would. So, Conrad, if you're listening, pack your bags.
You're gone, man.
I mean, when there's something, once you notice it too, you can't unnotice it, can you? You really, it is.
But it's an effort
irritating.
to turn it off and on all the time. So Conrad's still going to have a cup of tea or use a toaster. He's turning it on.
Yeah, no,
and
he's doing it for the environment and for your energy usage
Nat,
to save 10
it's not
cents.
even, so the other one, electric toothbrush charger.
The
will be
idea
switched off
of
at
it
the wall.
is that it's just constantly charging. Isn't that the point of it?
That's the point.
I don't turn anything off.
No, not in our household. No.
Like hair
I was
dryer's
wondering
still
about
on.
the PowerPoints because I mentioned that to you this morning because they're all on in our house, even with stuff not.
So if there's nothing plugged in, you're saying the switch is on.
Yeah.
I don't think that would make a difference.
Okay,
Would
let's
it?
hope so.
I don't know. Conrad can call us and tell us. He'll know. But we want to know if there's something that your partner, or maybe it's a workmate, just somebody in your life does. It's nothing major. When you hear it, you go, oh, that's so ridiculously petty. But, oh, my God, it annoys you.
Yeah, it's building up, mate.
Yeah,
time
yeah.
after time.
Yeah, it'll be
No,
the thing
it
that
isn't
ends
petty.
you.
It's
I'm
huge.
building a
It's
case,
huge.
guys. I'm building a case.
Narelle's in...
Gidgey.
Gidgey, get up.
Oh,
Hey,
morning,
Narelle.
Good morning, guys.
Love the bakery in Gidgey. Well done. What's the thing that really annoys you that somebody does in your life?
Yes, so it's my husband, and it's so super petty, but
Great.
every time he sits, you'll love it. Every time he sits down on the couch cover rides up just a little bit more, and so the corner of it, after a few times, is just almost off. And I'm sitting next to him on another couch, and it just drives me insane because it's just
pull it down.
So frustrating. Yeah, he won't pull it down. No, he won't pull it down. So he sits down really heavily, and the cover rides up, and it really just irks me so much.
So the
and
thing
I
is-
had to have words with him the other day.
Yes, and how was it received?
Yeah,
He doesn't
eye rolls
care.
And no,
You know why he doesn't care, Narelle? Because when he's sitting on it, he can't see it. You're the one looking at it. He's not looking at it. And also, even if he was looking at it, I doubt he would care. Would he, Sean?
He probably wouldn't care. But
know,
my
wouldn't
houses
care.
are ugly, and I want the cover to cover it.
Just to be clear, your irritation with him is that he sits on the couch too heavily.
Heavily.
Too heavily, and the couch cover rides up.
causing
Yeah.
the riding up. of the
Now,
couch
Tim and
cover.
these guys have been together for a while.
Yeah, how long have you been married, Narelle?
Yeah, 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, see? It just gets you. It builds up and builds up and builds up.
It's what keeps you together.
Pretty petty, right?
Just shared resentment.
That's what we want.
Thanks, Narelle. Shanae, hello.
Hi.
Hi,
Okay,
Sinead.
Shanae, get it off your chest. Who are we complaining about first of all?
My partner, when he makes the bed, which I'm thankful for, by the way,
But
he will make it with the buttons at the top, not at the bottom.
of the doona, you mean?
Doona.
Yeah, and it really just drives me crazy. Like, I know it's not that big of an issue.
No, it is. They don't belong at the top.
No, I totally agree, Sinead. I wouldn't stand for that.
No.
Honestly, I think it drives me freaking crazy.
Do you think he's doing it so that you eventually say, don't worry, I'll make the bed myself?
Well, no, he will make the bed and then I'll go and change it. And he's like, it's fine, like, we'll fix it later. And I'm like, oh, okay, like that, but it doesn't go that way. He's
No.
like, but why? It's still made, it's still neat. I'm like, yeah, but it doesn't go that way. He's like, you can't even tell. And I'm like, you're right, you can't tell. So it's easier to just leave it with the buttons up the top until I go to sleep and then I'll change
I mean,
it
you say
around.
easier, but you're full of resentment about it.
I don't see if you're going to make the bed and do it properly, and you do it every
Yeah.
time. Why would you be bother putting the buttons up there? Because you'd see it and you go, even
You
if
just
you could
quickly
tuck
turn it
down,
around.
just turn it around.
But how much you messing up the bed that every day you are rearranging it, Shanae, so that the buttons are at the bottom, and then when he remakes it, the buttons are magically back up the top again.
Well, I kick the blanket off and then he puts it on and then I
Yeah.
kick it off. So
Yeah.
I'll just kick it around and then...
You guys are
he just
thrashing
picks it
around.
up and- yeah, he just picks it up and throws it across the bed and I'm like, oh, cool. But, like, I pay attention to where the buttons
Yeah.
are. So
No, because there's a rightful place for the buttons.
There
you're
is a
right.
rightful place.
Oh.
No, we're on
And
your
I
side,
thought it
Sinead.
was near my face.
Yes, exactly. I'm sorry for your suffering, Shanae. Thank you. All right, 13 24 10. Let's take more of these. Get it off your chest. Sarah's in Parkerville. Hello.
Hi, how you going?
Good,
Great,
Sarah.
Sarah, are you complaining about what your husband does as well?
Oh, definitely.
Okay. So first of all, how long have you been married?
Coming up 20 years.
Okay,
Okay.
right. That seems to be right in the zone for when these things really kick in.
Sure.
What does he do that is just so irritating?
So whatever he drinks, whether it's a glass, cup, stubby, can, he leaves just a tiny mouthful in the bottom.
Okay, yeah, no, that is irritating. That
They
is
used to call that
irritating.
the Terry Sullivan.
Yes, yeah.
Just a tiny little bit, so that, just enough so if you knock it, you
Yes.
get a little bit of stickiness on your hand,
Yes.
and it's just a little thank you at the very end for cleaning up afterwards.
Yeah, it's like, why can't he just have that last bit? Come on.
Yeah,
Come
I've
on.
even tried to train him with the can. Just bend the can a little bit to get that last mouthful.
Yes.
No, 20 years.
Wow.
Well, you got to get that last mouthful of beer. Maybe it's because it gets warm at the bottom. Does it all drink?
I mean, drink it faster,
Yeah.
first of all.
Yeah.
But also get your money's worth.
Get your
You're
money's
leaving
worth,
money
Nat.
in the can. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, divorce him, Sarah. Thank you. Rachel's in Mount Rishon. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Great,
Rach.
Rach. Okay, are you complaining about your husband too?
Yeah.
How long have you been married?
6 years.
Oh, only 6. This is, you're still fresh. Okay, what does he do that is very annoying?
He takes my key hook, like where you hang your keys at the end of the day.
Yeah.
He takes mine. Yeah, so I like the one right next to the door, and he takes that one, so I have to move over like 7 centimetres to use the other hook.
No, this is an outrage. But the thing about that is that then when you absentmindedly go to leave in the morning, you pick up the wrong keys, don't you?
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And have you labelled it?
No, it
Shouldn't
should
have
just
to.
be
Yeah.
clear knowledge.
Yeah. So why does he do it? Have you confronted him?
Oh, he just doesn't think about it.
Yeah, no.
And, I've mentioned it before, and he's like, oh, yeah, sorry, my bad. But, yeah.
This is the sort of level of chaos that where you just, one day you'll go to bed and he'll be lying on your side at this rate. Like, where will it stop? Can you imagine?
No, that's a hard limit. That's never happened.
That's divorceable.
That is so funny, the sides and stuff like that. And I know what you're talking about, Rach, with the keys. But the side of the bed, even when you go away and travel, no, that's my side.
Yeah.
Like,
Every now and then there's a TikTok where people go, oh, no, we switch up all the time. It's like, what? How do you even do that? Like, I sleep on the same side of the bed and I sleep alone.
I know.
But I'm not going to sleep on the other side. I can't. It's not possible. There's a big vacant space there, by the way. Anyway,
Yeah, does anyone
Stacey's in Piara Waters. Hello.
Hello.
Hi,
Hey,
Stacey.
Stace, P. Wart. Hello. What is it about your partner that really? What do they do that annoys you?
So when I do the washing, underwear and socks have holes in They need to be thrown out. I refuse to wash them. He will purposely put them back in the washing on fault and then has a big meltdown if I put them in the bin. And they're at the point where you can't actually wear them.
Yeah,
guys have this thing that they're connected to undies and socks. They'll just get like I'm one of those guys, and I have been for a long time. Oh no, I'll get another wear out of them. No,
not right, is it? I can't even. Stacey, I'm with you on this. It's gross. First of all,
and he doesn't understand. He's like, what's wrong with them?
Yeah, well, they've got holes in them. What
there's
more?
There's nothing in there. Like, you can't actually
There's
wear
nothing
them.
in there.
Yeah.
There's more hole than jock.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You'll feel the breeze.
And my two sons do the same.
Oh, you've bred more of them. This is no good. This is no good. I'm sorry. How long have you been together?
We just had our 18th year anniversary.
God, that would have worn you down. 18
Yeah,
years
I know. There's many more to come too, Stace. Good luck. Good luck putting up with that. You shouldn't have to. This is an outrage.
We had so many callers who wanted to get on there and barely a male.
All women. Did you notice that? All women with husbands.
Well, it just shows you the men don't complain. They just don't complain. They just get on with life.
Or they're just the perpetrators.
Just don't complain.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, Reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness Windsor Gardens or download the Revo Fitness app. RevoFitness.com.au or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.
There hasn't been this much attention on southeast Queensland since Leavers. But
no.
This is an even bigger impact potentially as Cyclone Alfred bears down.
It's been unbelievable to see the coverage. Obviously, the AFL making their call just the other day about games going ahead. The NRL trying to move games to Sydney.
Yeah.
But we've been speaking to Lutzi, which we did yesterday, our teammate in Brisbane.
And the thing is, like, a lot of people are like, why is it such a big deal? It's not even that big a cyclone. It's because it's way further south than a cyclone would normally come. So it's essentially as though, imagine somewhere just south of Geraldton being hit by the full brunt of a cyclone. That's what we're talking about. And also except the massive population in that area. So the number of people that are going to be impacted. And also the fact that there are canals, rivers. It's a very wet area. And so the potential for flooding and storm surging is massive. So the impact of this thing could be huge.
Regardless of the winds itself, there's going to be a truckload of rain. And you're so right, Natalie, because of what's happened in the past in Brisbane in particular with the floods. But if you're watching the project last night on Channel 10, you would have seen American rapper Ice Cube on there. Now, he's been over in the Gold Coast, staying for a bit of some time over here.
Yeah.
And he's going to be caught up in this situation.
So this is
he
what
can't
you
just
forget
leave.
about. It's a holiday destination. There are people visiting from all over, and Ice Cube's one of them.
Absolutely. So he's on the project. He's given us an update on how he's seeing things.
Yeah, I'm staying clear of it. It's pretty cool, I haven't been through a cyclone before, so, I can check this off my bucket list. For sure. I'm right here on the beach. The beach look like it's going to be in the lobby in a minute, but I'll go out there and, stand out there,
Yeah.
Well, you don't want to be caught up on holiday or in a hotel in this situation.
When you go on holidays, you do book the beachfront accommodation if you can afford it, because it's the fanciest and the nicest and you've got a beautiful outlook, unless there's a major weather event happening. Yeah. I mean, that would suck. I've never had anything like that happen when I've been overseas. Like, it's the worst thing that happened to me was being stuck in Prague because I couldn't, because of the floods in Dubai, stopped me being able to fly home. But if you're going to be stuck anywhere, Prague's a pretty good place to have an extra couple of nights.
Yeah, natural disasters, every time you turn on the news, there's something going on. The only thing that last year in September when I was over in Bali, there was an earthquake.
Yes.
And I was in bed and it started...
So you felt it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Did you?
Yeah, I was in bed and I was just, it just started shaking. The bed started shaking and I was like, And it woke me up.
Yes.
And then I was like, what the hell's going on here? And then it just kept going. And then I thought, Jesus Christ, that's an earthquake. What am I supposed to do? Do I stand in the...
what do we do? The doorway,
do I go to the bathroom?
Get under a table.
Under the doorway? I was a little bit confused.
Do I have a shower? I don't know. I don't know what to do.
And then it stopped, and I ended up going out into the hallway, and there was a couple of other people out there. Does everyone feel it? Yeah, okay, we all felt it. It's all kind of gone. But, yeah, I wasn't quite sure how to react.
I know, because the thing is, because I had the same thoughts when I was in LA on my most recent trip. I had a few days in LA before going to Mexico. And LA, of course, is a earthquake hotspot.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought, I'm in a hotel I'm quite high up here. And I had to sort of think through what I would do. And then I thought, clearly these sorts of buildings would be built to withstand that sort of thing. But in Bali, if you walk past a construction site in Bali, they're not.
A couple of bamboo sticks holding everything together. And all the workers are there, we always say the Balinese work boots, they're all just in thongs, having a dart hanging out their mouth, getting to work.
Health and safety, not a high priority on a building site. My brother's family, I think Sam, our digital content guy, were in Japan last year when there was an earthquake.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Around New Year's as well. So a lot of people that went up there skiing, there was a bit of shaky.
I'm not good on those things. We want to talk about if you've been caught in a natural disaster overseas. Yeah. So you've been on your holiday, you holed up in the hotel for whatever reason.
Maybe there was some sort of blizzard, you couldn't get out and do anything. A blizzard, God, that just sounds so cozy, doesn't it?
Does sound good,
as long as
is there a negative to a blizzard?
Yeah, if you don't have supplies.
Oh, yeah.
and or the heating goes out.
Yeah, the run out of drinks would be the biggest thing.
Can you imagine if you got cold, Sean?
Oh, no.
Yeah, you don't like the cold. Hunter's in Quinns, hello.
Yes, hello.
Hey, Hunter, how you going?
Okay, talk to us. Where were you and what natural disaster did you get stuck in?
So I was actually in Houston in 2017.
Yeah.
And started to rain pretty heavy. And so I went outside and we were taking some photos with some friends. And then, it turned into that big flood, that big storm.
What did it mean for you whilst you were there?
Oh, so where I was staying was actually all right, but that night I remember we went to like a local church and were part of a group that were receiving donations and stuff, and people were going out in boats and they were rescuing people and bringing them back to us, and we were feeding them, and then for about 2 weeks after that, we spent every single day going through and gutting out the houses that were all affected, and the streets were just lined with rubbish, everything that people owned.
Yeah.
It was really sad.
They just put it on the verge and waits to be collected. Hunter, were you there on holidays? This is what you ended up doing for your holiday?
Yeah. I was there visiting a friend and, spent about a month kind of,
volunteering in the end.
Yeah. Hunter, what a great person. Yeah. That time helping out people, providing food and shelter for them.
You're a good guy.
It was amazing just to see, people were just randomly driving through the streets handing out food to all the workers, and because there were hundreds of people going throughout the streets just helping out anyone that needed it.
Yeah.
Those last big floods over in Queensland as well, to see, there's Mick Fanning and a couple of the surfing boys, Joel Parkinson getting on the jet skis and going to rescue people.
Yeah.
Imagine if you look out the window right now for us in Hay Street and you're seeing jet skis or a dinghy going down the middle of the street.
And it's Mick Fanning, because there was a woman who was a pharmacist and she needed to get to the pharmacy in order to be able to dispense medication to people that didn't have access to it. And Mick Fanning gave her a ride to work on his jet ski. And you just go, this is just the most bizarre day, right? Oh, thanks, Hunter. You're a good guy.
Yeah.
Emma's in Belden. Hello.
Hello. How are you guys?
Hey, Emma.
Great, Em. So where were you, and then what was the natural disaster? What happened?
We were in Fiji for my 40th, and a cyclone came through. So we were one of those hotel rooms right on the water, so we got to watch the whole thing. But it was pretty scary. And we ended up having to stay at the hotel for a number of more days because we were going to an island after that. So they moved us to this other room, which was, oh my gosh, it was leaking. So like everything was wet. All our stuff was wet. We were sleeping on wet beds. It was horrendous. And then we finally got to go to a place called Muscat Cove, and we were the first boat to go out on the water.
Yes.
Since cyclones.
Yeah.
Muscat Cove, and oh my God.
Debris?
It started off, hold on tight. It started off nice and calm, and then once we got into the open ocean, it was like we were going up sheets of water. Like it was just
my son was oblivious. He was sitting next to me reading a little book, and like there's just at the window, just like crashing, and it was just people vomiting everywhere. All of us Australians were kind of looking around to each other, going, "Should we be worried?
What are we doing?" Yeah.
We had all these American tourists calling home, saying goodbye to their families. It was so bad, and we're all trying to keep cool because all the kids are starting to freak out.
Yeah,
and we knew it was bad when the actual Fijian workers on the boat were starting to kind of walk quite fast past us, moving all
and they were praying a lot,
bursting it, and it was manic. And then when we got there, we were the last boat to arrive on the island for quite some days. So, it wasn't a great trip in terms of that.
But memorable, Emma.
Once we got there, it was the most amazing island, and it was beautiful.
Yeah, amazing.
I know, but
I'm
not going
what a way to spend your 40th.
No, I couldn't do that.
Because, you do hear of every now and then a ferry sinking in these conditions. It's like you don't want to be on that one. Oh, my God. Thanks, Emma. Kylie's in Southern River. Hello.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Great, Kyles. What happened while you were on holidays?
Well, we went for our 50th, a girlfriend and I, across to France, Greece, Italy, etc.
Yeah. Amazing.
And we were, it was pretty awesome. A long time ago, let's say. We were visiting the Notre Dame, and I went, my girlfriend's a bit frightened of heights, so I left her down the bottom, and I went right up to the very, very top, taking all the pictures, etc. There's a few workmen about the place doing things, and then when you go down, I don't know whether you've been there, you go down this spiralling, really curly spiralling staircase.
Yeah.
I got to the bottom, and all these dudes were running at us with machine guns.
Yes.
And I was just like, shit, what the... Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
What the heck is going on? I thought maybe terrorists. And my girlfriend, my friend down the bottom, she said, let's go. And we raced across to get away, turned back because we saw all this sea of Parisians up the top, all bawling their eyes out, turned around and there's the Notre Dame burning down.
So
whoa, you'd been in it.
Kylie.
You're at the top and then coming down.
I've got to ask the question. Did you start the fire?
Well, I did go in and light a candle.
Everybody does that, to be fair. But wow, how amazing that you were basically in it as it was burning down.
As it was smouldering, I was in there. And that is a genuine question, Nat, because not too long after that, I was in the Bali supermarket, and that burnt down the next day. And then CYO's O'Connor's, I was nowhere near that, but I lived near it, and it burnt down. So,
we're just there recently,
Kylie,
so it's all refurbed and beautiful at the moment.
Have you ever seen the movie Firestarter, Kylie?
Where
the little girl starts fires with her eyes when she gets mad. Is that you, Kylie?
Scary. Well, I am fiery.
Rule of threes, I tell you what. That's amazing.
Dodged a couple there.
Yeah, I know. Don't mess with that.
Yeah.
And we're not going anywhere near you. And we're not inviting you to Nova, that's for sure.
No, we're not. Certainly not.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.
2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness Windsor Gardens or download the Revo Fitness app, revofitness.com.au, or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.